Hello everyone, this is Maddie from Reborn Reflections. Today I'm going to be showing you how to stuff the limbs of a cuddle body. So a cuddle body is a body with cloth limbs as well as a cloth body. The cloth limbs are filled with poly pellets and the body's filled with polyfill and a waiting sack of glass beads. So this is what it'll look like when it's done. This is the 17-18 inch size from Janie Lennox. So for today's video, you'll need a blank cuddle body with nothing in it. This is the 19 to 20 inch size. You'll also need poly pellets. I bought 2 bags and I used half a bag on the 17 to 18 inch size, and I assume I'll use a bag to a bag and a half on the 19 to 20 inch size. You'll also need a funnel, either a paper one or a plastic. You'll also need binder clips or any other clip to keep the limbs closed before we sew them. Alright, let's get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cuddle body and put it face down on some sort of pillow so that the opening of the joint is facing upwards so that the poly pellets can go right in through the funnel. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your funnel and place it right inside the leg opening. And you're going to get your bag of poly pellets and start to pour. You don't want to pour too much so that it falls, because it won't immediately go inside. You have to make sure that the funnel is open. And you're going to get as much as you can into the leg, and it'll sit right at the knee, so you're going to have to shake it down into the foot. And then just continue with that until you get it to about the top. Make sure you leave room to sew it closed, or the joint closed. Depending on your preference, depends on how you want the limb, how tight you want it, and how much bend you would like in it. So I'm going to make sure that it can bend at the knee joints and the ankle, but that it doesn't bend too much in unnecessary places. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a pretty good amount in here. Not enough yet, it's still only up to the kneecap. So let's keep going. Alright, so we're just about at the top here. So what you're going to want to do now is see if it's about where you like it, and make sure you squeeze the limbs and move all of the pellets down near the foot. I'm going to add about 1 more scoop, and then I think we'll be good. Alright, there we go. So if you can see there, the poly pellets are just filled up to the top of the limb, and it looks quite full. So let's see. So what you're going to want to do is shake the pellets down as far as you can, so you can get a binder clip or any other clip on it. Then you're going to want to take your clips. You'll need about 2 to 3 for this size. and just clip it closed. I'm going to use 3 just to be safe. There we go. So that limb is nicely filled. It bends at the knee, but not too much anywhere else. And when you go to sew it, you may end up wanting to add more because it'll settle. But for now, I think that's perfect. Let's go on to the next limb. Alright, so what I did is I flipped her on the pillow as well as the cuddle body to the side with the empty limb. So what we're going to do is you're just going to do the exact same thing that you did with the other leg. Let's get started. And remember, you're going to want it pretty tight, but you still want to make sure you leave room to sew. But you also want to make sure that it's tight enough that over time it doesn't separate in places that bend often, because that can happen. Alright, I think we'll tape it off there. Well, clip it. Alright, there you go. You have your second limb all done. Alright, so for this part, now we're stuffing the arms, or weighting the arms of the cuddle body. So it's not much different than weighting the legs. The only difference is this disc right here is going to get in your way. Since the disc is so big, it's about as wide as the arm, so it's harder to stretch this open. So I really recommend a small-mouthed funnel, and that will definitely help you get in behind that disc. And you would like to fill it to the same, you'd like to fill the same amount as you did with the legs. Still making sure it's firm, but not too firm, so it'll bend. So again, if you see right in on top, I've got the beads just about up to there. So that's where you'll want it as you clip it closed. So that way you'll have enough room to sew, but also enough room so if you need to add any more, you can do that right before you sew it up. I think I'll only need 2 binder clips for this arm. That should be enough. There we go. All done. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the final limb, but I think we've all gotten the point of how to do it, but so I'll just film it, and if you feel like you've already got it, you can skip ahead to the next part. Alright, I think we can call that a success. Well, thank you for watching this part of the video. I hope you liked it. And I hope you learned something. Now to stuff and sew up the body.